Let's take the conversation further now. Joining me is the chairman, Nigeria Economic Summits Group, Mr. Kyari Bukar. He joins us from our studios in Abuja. Mr. Bukar, I'm glad you could join us on the News at 10.
Thank you.
So let's talk about the meeting that the northern governors are having. That meeting, do you think it's coming at the right time, or it could have come earlier?
We have a saying that it's better to have if you have to plant a tree, you should have done this 10 years ago. The second best time is now. So I think it's an opportune moment. The northern governors do have periodic meetings, and I would believe that on their agenda they would consider all aspects of the socio-economic lives of the northern states into consideration. But it is pertinent that they discuss about the security situation in the north, as well as the economic issues that the north and indeed the nation is facing today.
If we're talking about the economic problems for the Northeast, what would you suggest should be the main areas that will help build some level of confidence in northern Nigeria, considering what it has gone through in the past few months and years?
There are some low-hanging fruits, if you can pardon the pun. Agriculture is something that is very close and dear to the hearts of at least 70, if not maybe higher percentage of the people living in the northern parts of the country. And there are arable land, and it doesn't take a lot to have small clusters of farmers. The only things that they need are things that are basic tools or ingredients of proper modern farming. You don't need tractors. However, if they come in as a group, then the group can afford to lease tractors and so on and so forth. These are the type of assistance that the state governments, along with some of the developmental agencies, including the central bank for that matter, can render a service. And because economic situations are directly linked to the security situations we're facing. However, the economic situations require some concerted efforts, and when it comes to implementation, you need the right kinds of people to be guiding and pushing and implementing those. And the state governors, as chief executives of their states, need to make a social contract with the citizens of their states to say that within an X period of time, we would ensure that we produce so and so tonnage of X, Y, Z, whatever kinds of crops that are easily growable in their respective states. I haven't seen that in the length and breadth of the north. I've seen it in a few states like Bagudu in Kebbi, and I know that Nasarawa has done a number of things in sesame production. Of course, Benue has the fruits production, but I have not seen concerted effort in the length and breadth of the 19 northern states.
Now that everyone seems to be on board with this vision of rebuilding the north of Nigeria and northeastern and other parts, do you think we could witness a comeback of something like the Northern Development Board?
If we do not see something like the NNDC, we may see something of that sort. But I would probably advocate for a strong linkage between the private sector and the public sector, be they at the state levels or at a regional level, meaning that 3 or 4 like-minded states that are bound by geography could come together, pool their resources, bring in the private sector, and ensure that certain key goals are achieved. And I would believe that developmental agencies and NGOs, both nationally and regionally and globally, would be happy to render assistance in those areas. Have in mind that in some cases, some farmers need basic supply of constant supply of water to move from a single season farming to 2 or 3 farming in a year. And if those sorts of resources are made available readily in those states, I would see that the livelihoods of farmers will be enhanced. And by extension, their economic well-being of them and the communities they live in.
Chairman, Nigeria Economic Summit Group, Mr. Kyari Bukar, thank you so much for joining us on the News at 10.